Hi Egan and Ecur 312. Apologies for the late video. I've been healing from my appendicitis, so I just wanted to quickly jump on here and tell you what obviously I was going to do for my student becomes a teacher, and kind of give you the description now, and then like the ideas behind it and what ideas I could see it in the classroom. So I feel like I was heavily inspired by all of the baseball talk this year in our class, with the Jays making it to the World Series and having to fill out Jays in what? And I was like, football season, hello. But anyways, despite that, I was still inspired by the baseball and taking a baseball like game into math and to make it enjoyable for the students. So the idea is to play baseball with your students, but in math. So you split your students into two teams, or you can make them play in small groups, so you have like people on different teams. So then the first team gets to go up to bat, and they have a math question. And this can be really made for any level. So it can be made for like younger students, older students. You can do just addition, just subtraction, just multiplication, or just division, or put them all together. So if I was in class, we'd be playing this, and we would try it and do different like levels of difficulties. So the first team would be up to bat, and the question would be, let's say 3 times 2. They would have 3 chances to get the question right. If they cannot get it in 3 chances, then they're out, and then they switch, and then the other team goes. But if they get it right, they move to first base, and you just keep going as baseball would go. So if you needed to like draw a baseball field on the board, like with the bases, you totally could. You can probably also find this online. And then you just keep track of the points, and so like the more points, you can like make an incentive. Like the more home runs that a team gets, or more runs that a team gets, I don't know, they win a prize for today, or you can keep the competition going throughout the year, and then they all switch. You can make it like a certain number of outs, like 3 outs, and then you switch sides, or whatever, like. Or you can do just 1 out to keep it moving, like go faster. Like as soon as you get out, we switch sides if we do the other team, to like try to get as many points as you possibly can. This can be done in like literally any grade, which is really fun. Like I feel like even in high school this could be done, but as well as in like grade 1 or 2 to like practice very fundamental skills. Like you can do it with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And by doing it with like different operations, like it like makes the students like brain like having to actually like think through the action, and it allows them, it can be a way where students can like learn the skills without like just memorizing them, because they actually have to like think in the moment and like come up with the idea, and then like understand, like obviously if it's like you could even mess them up and do like 2 times 3, and then the next question would be 2 plus 3, and then they could get confused, but that kind of proves that they need to know how to like do the operation and like understand what is happening rather than just memorizing the process. So I appreciate the time that you gave me for this, and yeah, I'm really upset that I couldn't be there and do this in person, and I feel like this would have been a really fun game to play in person in the classroom. But I'm definitely going to be using it in my future classroom. As someone who is not a huge math person, I feel like that is a very fun way to play math and like do a fun math game with students where it's like actually enjoyable, and like including incentives and like allowing them to actually grasp the concept, and not necessarily like pressuring them to like. I feel like something that's very common is math anxiety, and how students will get very anxious if they're like, I need to answer this right now. And it's like you can give them like a leeway of like a minute or 2, and like, okay, if you can't answer 3 times 2 in a minute and you're in grade 6, then that's probably an issue, you know? So like the easier questions, you can give them less time, but like the more challenging questions, give them time to think and create ideas in their heads. But yeah, thank you so much for this class and this time and this opportunity to do this online.